Students, for practical sessions, you're having a minor practical cockroach mouth parts. In this minor practical, you have to take out cockroach mouth parts and display it on a slide. So, how to do this practical that we will be discussing and demonstrating once the classes are again in the normal way. That is when the classes start, the normal classes start. Now I will just share with you the images of cockroach mouth parts. So this cockroach mouth parts you need to draw and study, because for examination the question will be like display cockroach mouth parts, sketch and label. So you have to study to draw also this cockroach mouth parts. So this is the image of a cockroach, and this is the image. This is the here. This is the head region. Okay, this is the head region of the cockroach, and it is from this part that you have to take each mouth part by plucking off. With the help of a forceps, you need to pluck off different mouth parts and then place it on a slide, and you need to write also which mouth part it is. Okay, and you have to display it on a slide, clean slide neatly, and show it to the examiner. Okay, so we will look into the different mouth parts of the cockroach. So these are the different mouth parts of the cockroach: labrum, mandible, then maxilla, labium. Okay, there will be a pair of mandibles. Okay, mandibles will be paired. That's why on the left side and right side mandible is shown. Mandibles will be paired. Labrum, hypopharynx and labium, that is not paired, it is single. Then maxilla, it is also paired. So both you should pluck and keep it on the slide and display it. You have to write the names of the different mouth parts and then keep it on the slide neatly and should display. And also if in the question it is asked like sketch and label, you have to sketch and label also. Okay. So mouth parts of the cockroach, it is biting and chewing type. You know, there are different types of mouth parts in insects, and in cockroach it is biting and chewing type. It is also known as the mandibulate type, and it consists of labrum, labium, maxilla, mandible and hypopharynx. Okay, these are the different parts. You can see the middle hypopharynx is kept. Hypopharynx, it is connected to the salivary duct. Hypopharynx, it is also referred to as tongue of the frog. Hypopharynx, a very small structure. Then there is the labrum. You can see, you have to place exactly like this on the slide in this fashion itself. That is middle, there should be hypopharynx. Then on the upper towards above the hypopharynx you need to keep the labrum. Below the hypopharynx you need to keep the labium. Then on both sides of the labrum you have to keep mandibles. Then on both sides of the labium you have to keep the maxilla, first maxilla. The different parts of the mouth parts are also labeled here. You have to label whenever you draw. You have to label the mouth parts. Okay, for the labrum you can see sensory setae muscles is marked. Then for mandible, condyle, then prostheca, denticles. Denticles are sharp structures to grind the food, not grind, to cut the food. Okay, to chop the food. That is this denticles, very sharp structures like teeth. Then in the first maxillae also there is maxillary pulp. Then stipes is there, cardo and stipes. Then maxillary pulp. Then Lecinia, gallia. Then palpifer. All these structures you might have studied in your in the first semester when you studied arthropoda. You might have studied, I think, about the cockroach mouth parts and all. And for the labium, also different parts are marked here: labial palp, glossa, paraglossa, primendum, palpigum, then mentum. So all these parts you have to label. So you have to study this diagram thoroughly. Okay, you have to draw and study this diagram thoroughly. This is the same image. So I want all of you to study these diagrams thoroughly, that is this cockroach mouth parts. When you come for the practical class, I want you to draw and submit this diagrams. Okay, you need to be thorough with the diagrams at that time. So at that time I'll do the demonstration and you can do the practical in the lab. Thank you.